Good morning. Today we will start the first chapter of your chemistry. The name of the chapter is solution. So, solution. Syllabus is introduction, types of solution, concentration, solubility, vapor pressure, ideal and non-ideal solution, types of non-ideal solution, azeotrophs, colligative properties, abnormal molar mass. The first one was for the first is your introduction. Second is types of solution: solid solution, liquid solution, gaseous solution. Third one is your concentration. We will learn about the different terms in molarity, mass percent, mass by volume percent, parts per million, etc. Solubility has three sections: solubility of solid in liquid, solubility of gas in liquid, solubility of liquid in liquid. Next, vapor pressure. Next one is ideal and non-ideal solution. Next is types of non-ideal solution: azeotrophs, colligative property, abnormal molar mass, and want of factor. Last year, the question has been come from this section, colligative property. It has four components: relative lowering of vapor pressure. Second is elevation in boiling point. Third is depression in freezing point, and the next is osmotic pressure. We will discuss one by one. So let us start with the introduction. Introduction, it means introduction definition. Solution is homogeneous mixture of two or more components. If we mix sugar and water, sugar plus water, or salt plus water, and we take 50 ml from the upper layer, 50 ml from the middle layer, and 50 ml from the third layer, and it is named as A, it is named as B, and it is named as C. And if different properties such as solubility, refractive index, boiling point, melting boiling point, etc. is can be checked by different methods, and it comes out same, then we will say that the solution is of homogeneous mixture. it means the composition is uniformly distributed. It means the composition is uniformly distributed. Now solution is solute plus solvent. Solution is solute plus solvent. It means solute that which is present in less amount, solvent which is present in more amount. Okay, so solute which is present in less amount and solvent which is present in solvent which is present in more amount, solute which is present in less amount, solute which dissolves and solvent in which solute dissolves. In sugar water solution, sugar is solute, water is solvent, salt is solute, water is solvent. Okay, now binary solution. Binary solution, the solution in which only two components are present. One is solute while another is solvent. The solution in which only two components are present is called binary solution. The solution in which three components are present is called ternary solution. The solution in which four components are present is called quaternary solution, etc. So in our syllabus we have only to study binary solution. Now next is importance of solution. Importance of solution. Importance of solution. One mark questions can be made from this topic. The first one is brass. Brass is homogeneous mixture of copper plus zinc. German silver, copper plus zinc plus nickel. Third is your bronze, copper plus tin. Atomic number 50. Brass is a homogeneous mixture of copper and zinc. German silver is a homogeneous mixture of copper, zinc and nickel. Bronze is a homogeneous mixture of copper and tin. Now we will study about the types of solution. Types of solution. Types of solution. Name, solute, solvent, example. First one is your gaseous solution. GASEOUS, gaseous solution. When the name is gaseous solution, it means the solvent is gas, and we can take solute as gas, liquid, solid. Solute is gas, liquid, solid. Solvent is gas, gas, gas. The second is liquid solution. the solvent, liquid, 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 gas, liquid, solid. Okay. Third is your solid solution. Solid solution. Gas, liquid, solid, 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 solid. Now, the name of the name of the solution is gaseous solution. For this example is, so gas in gas, oxygen mixed with nitrogen. Oxygen is in less amount, nitrogen is in more amount. Example, air. Liquid, gas. Solid, gas mixed with nitrogen. We can mix chloroform, CHCl3, chloroform mixed with nitrogen. Solid, we can take camphor mixed with nitrogen. Gas in liquid, liquid in liquid, solid in liquid. Gas, we can take example of liquid and liquid, ethanol and water. Solid in liquid, glucose in water, mixed with water or glucose in water. Gas, solid, hydrogen mixed in palladium. Solid, example copper plus zinc. We can write different examples of the types of solution. For example, we can write gas in gas, oxygen mixed with nitrogen, liquid gas, chloroform mixed with nitrogen, solid gas, camphor mixed with nitrogen. Gas in liquid, oxygen dissolved in water, liquid in liquid, ethanol dissolved in water, solid in liquid, glucose in water. Gas in solid, hydrogen mixed in palladium, liquid in solid, any substance we can take as liquid. For example, amalgam of mercury with sodium, and solid copper plus zinc. Amalgam of Hg with sodium, and gas liquid, oxygen plus water. So we can write different types of example with respect to solute and solvent. If the solute is gas and the solvent is gas, it is called gaseous solution. Solute is liquid and solvent is gas, it is also called gaseous solution. So here we can conclude that the nature of solution is as same as that of solvent. The nature of solution is as same as that of solvent, because if we take solid as a solvent, then the name of the solution or type of the solution is solid solution. If we take liquid as solvent, then the name is known as liquid solution. If we take gas as a solvent, then the name of the solution is gaseous solution. So this is our second section, that is types of solution. Now our next topic is concentration. Actually, the solution is categorized at first dilute solution and concentrated solution. Dilute and concentrated. On the basis basis on the basis of amount, that is it is less, that is dilute solution is less solute and in concentrated more solute. So we cannot justify the nature of the solution. कहने का मतलब क्या है कि किसी भी सॉल्यूशन में अगर सॉल्यूट कम अमाउंट पे है तो वो डाइल्यूट सॉल्यूशन, सॉल्यूट अगर ज़्यादा अमाउंट पे है तो वो कंसंट्रेटेड सॉल्यूशन। लेकिन कितना कम और कितना ज़्यादा इस चीज़ को हम लोग इस मेथड से नहीं बतला सकते हैं, एंड दैट इज़ वाई वी हैव टू चूज अ न्यू टर्म दैट इज नोन एज कंसंट्रेशन. So we will learn about the concentration. Concentration actually the composition of solution is given by concentration. Okay, so type different forms of concentration. The first one is your mass percentage. Second is volume percentage. Third is mass by volume percentage. Fourth is molarity. Fifth is molality. Sixth is mole fraction. And seventh is parts per million. And eighth is normality. But normality is for only competitive. Normality is only for competitive, not for the boards. So the first is mass percentage. Mass percentage. Mass percentage of a component is equal to mass of component divided by total mass multiplied by 100. मास ऑफ कंपोनेंट, अगर हम लोगों को मास परसेंट ऑफ सॉल्यूट निकालना होगा तो मास ऑफ सॉल्यूट डिवाइडेड बाय टोटल मास मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 100. सेकेंड इज वॉल्यूम परसेंट. तो वॉल्यूम परसेंट ऑफ अ कंपोनेंट इज इक्वल टू वॉल्यूम ऑफ कंपोनेंट डिवाइडेड बाय टोटल वॉल्यूम multiplied by 100. Let us see. 40% glucose solution. 40% glucose solution by mass. 40% glucose solution by mass. If this is written in any question, it means that the solution has 40 gram glucose and 60 gram water. But if in the question it is given that 40% glucose solution 40% glucose solution by volume, it means that 40 ml is glucose and 60 ml is water. Okay, so if the question is given by with respect to mass, it means that 40 gram, and if it is given by with respect to volume, it means the 40 ml. So let us see a question related to this topic. Question is 30 gram of A is mixed with 70 gram of B. calculate the mass percent of each component. So A is equal to 30 gram, B is equal to 70 gram. Mass percent of A is equal to mass of A divided by total mass multiplied by 100. So mass of A is 30, total mass 30 plus 70 multiplied by 100, 30 divided by 100 multiplied by 100, 30%. Mass percent of B, similarly mass of B divided by total mass, mass of B 70 and divided by 30 plus 70 into 100, so 70 by 100 multiplied by 100, it means 70, so 70%. Okay, so this one is mass percent. The question is of mass percent. Sometimes the question is of to calculate the mass percent of solvent. So the question is seen by very careful. Now mass by volume percent is equal to mass of component divided by total volume multiplied by 100. Fourth is your molarity. This one is very important for the boards. Molarity. This is denoted by capital M. Molarity is equal to number of moles of solute or component, number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution in liter. Number of moles is equal to given mass divided by molar mass. Given mass is denoted by W, small w, and molar mass is capital M. Unit of molarity. इन अपर साइड ऊपर में क्या है मोल, नीचे में क्या है लीटर, तो ऊपर में क्या हो जाएगा मोल और नीचे से ऊपर चला जाएगा तो क्या हो जाएगा मोल पर लीटर. सो द यूनिट ऑफ मोलारिटी इज मोल पर लीटर. मोलारिटी इक्वेशन M1V1 is equal to M2V2. The second is M1V1 plus M2V2 is equal to M3V3. Okay, it's a very important that molarity depends on temperature. This is because molarity dependent on volume and volume is related with the temperature. Charles law in class 11 states of matter, volume and temperature, the relationship given by Charles. So molarity also depends on temperature. If temperature will change, then molarity of the solution will change. Okay, so if molarity of solution is 1, it is called molar solution. If molarity of solution is 0.5, it is called semi-molar solution. If it is 0.1, it is called decimolar solution, etc. क्वेश्चन, एक क्वेश्चन हम लोग देखते हैं इस पे मोलारिटी पे. इफ 250 ml of 0.5 molar H2SO4 is diluted to 500 ml, calculate the molarity of the resulting solution. So 200 ml the first volume is given for the solution is 250 ml, that is V1 is equal to 250 ml. 0.5 molar, that is M1 is equal to 0.5, V2 is equal to 500 ml, and the question is of M2 molarity. What will be the molarity of the solution M2? So we can use the formula M1 V1 and is equal to M2 V2. M1 0.5, V1 250, M2 we have to find, and V2 is 500 ml. So M2 is equal to 0.5 into 0.5 into 250 divided by 500. So the solution will be the answer. Now next we will see molality. The next one is your molality. Small m. Small. Molality is defined as or is equal to number of moles of solute divided by mass of solvent in kg. Molality is equal to number of moles of solute divided by mass of solvent in kg. So unit of molality is mole per kg. Number of moles n and mass of solvent in kg. Mass of solvent is kg, mass for solvent. Number of moles W by m, given mass by molar mass. Okay, so this is the formula for the molality, and it is important that molality does not depend on temperature. Molality does not depend on temperature. Next is mole fraction, chi. Mole fraction of component A, chi A, is equal to Na by Na plus Nb. Mole fraction of component A is equal to number of moles of A divided by number of total number of moles, that is number of moles of A plus number of moles of B. If we take two components, that is A and B, one is solute and another is solvent. Chi mole fraction of B, number of moles B divide Nb divided by Na plus Nb. Na plus Nb. Now sum of mole fraction of all components is unity, that is chi A plus chi B is equal to 1. We can see chi A plus chi B is equal to Na by Na plus Nb plus chi B chi b is equal to Nb by Na plus Nb. If we take LCM, then denominator is Na plus Nb and numerator is also Na plus Nb. I cancel 1. So chi a plus chi b is 1. If in any question mole fraction of a component A has mole fraction 0.4, then component B will have mole fraction 1 minus 0.6, 1 minus 0.4, that is 0.6. अगर किसी का मोल फ्रैक्शन 0.4 है तो दूसरे का जो होगा वो 1 माइनस 0.4, दैट इज 0.6 हो जाएगा. यह है मोल फ्रैक्शन. मोल फ्रैक्शन, सम ऑफ मोल फ्रैक्शन इज यूनिटी. हम लोग इससे जो है वो कुछ न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व करने में इसका यूज़ करते हैं और हमारा जो है वो ये यूज़फुल होता है. Next is parts per million. Parts per million. Parts per million. Number of parts of a component is equal to parts per million P or ppm is equal to number of parts of a component divided by total number of parts in solution multiplied by 10 to the power 6. So it is in million, that is by 10 to the power 6. Parts per million, that is by multiplied by 10 to the power 6. It is generally used when the solute is present in very less amount. Then we will use the concentration term parts per million. Okay. Question: if 4 gram glucose is dissolved to make 250 ml of the solution, then calculate molarity of the solution. If 4 gram of glucose is dissolved to make 250 ml of the solution, then calculate molarity of the solution. So molarity is equal to number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution in liter, and number of moles is W by M by volume of solution in liter. Volume जो है वो किस में होना चाहिए? लीटर में होना चाहिए. तो number of moles is given mass by molar mass. Given mass 4 gram, 4 divided by molar mass glucose. So molar mass of glucose that is C6H12O6. 12 multiplied by 6 plus 1 multiplied by 6 plus 16 multiplied by 6. This becomes 180. So 180 divided by 250. The question is in milliliter, so 250 divided by 1000. When you solve, you will get the answer of this question. So we have learned the mass percent, volume percent, mass by volume percent, molarity, parts per million. Normality is not in the board syllabus. We will learn molarity and normality. Now, next topic is solubility. Solubility. the maximum amount of solute that can be dissolved in specified amount of solvent at specified temperature is called solubility. Solubility, the maximum amount of solute that can be dissolved in specified amount of solvent at specified temperature is called solubility. If we dissolve 40 gram sugar in 100 ml of water, or if we dissolve 40 gram sugar in 1 liter of water at 50 degrees centigrade, then the solubility of the solution is 50 gram per liter. If we mix 50 gram sugar in 1 liter water at 50 degrees centigrade, then 50 gram per liter is the solubility. Okay, now solubility has three sections: solubility of solid in liquid, solubility of gas in liquid, solubility of liquid in liquid. So let us see solubility of solid in liquid. Solubility of solid in liquid, it means that the solid is solute and the solvent is liquid. So we can define as the maximum amount of solid that can be dissolved in a specified amount of liquid at specified temperature is called solubility of solid in liquid. So we will see the factors affecting solubility of solid in liquid. First is nature of solute and solvent. It means that nature of solute and solvent, it means that like dissolves like. Like dissolves like. Polar compound dissolves in polar solvents, polar solute dissolves in polar solvent, non-polar dissolves in non-polar solvent. For example, if we add sugar and water, it dissolves, salt and water, it dissolves, but naphthalene and water does not dissolve, anthracene and water does not dissolve, benzene and water does not dissolve, but naphthalene and benzene dissolves, anthracene and benzene dissolves. So like dissolves like. Okay, here we will study some small topics, subtopics, that is saturated solution. The solution in which no more solute can be added at specified temperature. एक स्पेसिफिक टेम्परेचर पे जिस पे हम सोल्यूट को ऐड नहीं कर सकते हैं और ज़्यादा, तो सॉल्यूशन को हम लोग कहेंगे सैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन. द सॉल्यूशन इन विच नो मोर सॉल्यूट कैन बी एडेड at specified temperature is called saturated solution. Unsaturated solution, the solution in which more solute can be added. वैसा सॉल्यूशन जिसमें हम लोग और सॉल्यूट को ऐड कर सकते हैं, उस सॉल्यूशन को हम लोग क्या कहेंगे? अनसैचुरेटेड सॉल्यूशन. नाउ डिसॉल्यूशन. If on addition of solute the concentration of the solution increases, the process is called dissolution. If on addition of solute the concentration of solution increases, the process is called dissolution. Crystallization. If on addition of solute it collides with the wall and itself, then it separates out, and this process is called crystallization. अगर हम लोग सॉल्यूट को डिसॉल्व करते हैं और सॉल्यूशन का कंसंट्रेशन बढ़ जाता है तो हम लोग कहेंगे कि वो प्रोसेस हमारा डिसॉल्यूशन है. और अगर हम लोग सॉल्यूट को ऐड करते हैं और वो कोलाइड करके सेपरेट आउट होने लगेगा तो उसको हम लोग कहेंगे क्रिस्टलाइजेशन. ओके, सो डिसॉल्यूशन एंड क्रिस्टलाइजेशन. सो solubility of solid in liquid, we learn about the saturated solution, unsaturated solution, saturated solution in which no more solute can be added, unsaturated solution in which more solute can be added, dissolution on addition of solute. If concentration increases, it means the process is called dissolution. Crystallization, if on addition of solute some solute particles collides itself and with the wall of the container and it separates out, then this process is called crystallization. Okay, the second factor is temperature. So the second factor is temperature. Now temperature, if on increasing temperature the solubility of solid in liquid increases, the process is endothermic. The process is endothermic, and according to Le-Chatelain's principle, the equilibrium of the reaction will shifts in forward direction. If on increasing temperature the solubility of solid in liquid increases, it means that the process is endothermic. And according to the Le-Chatelain's principle, equilibrium will shifts in forward direction. Second, if on increasing temperature solubility of solid in liquid decreases, it means that the process is exothermic, and according to Le-Chatelain's principle, the equilibrium will shifts in backward direction. If on increasing temperature, the solubility of solid in liquid decreases, it means the process is exothermic and equilibrium will shifts in backward direction. The third is, if on increasing temperature the solubility increases up to certain temperature and then decreases. For example, Na2SO4, sodium sulfate decahydrate 10H2O, above 32.4 degree centigrade, below 32.4 degree centigrade, it becomes Na2SO4 in solid state. So in solid state, it means that above 32.4 degree centigrade it becomes anhydrous, and below 32.3 degree centigrade it absorbs moisture and it is in aqueous state. So the temperature at which phase changes, the temperature at which phase changes is called transition temperature. The temperature at which phase changes, इस टेम्परेचर पे फेज बदल रहा है, एक्वस स्टेट से सॉलिड में हो गया, फिर वापस सॉलिड से एक्वस में हो जाएगा, ये इंपॉर्टेंट है। तो इसको हम लोग कहेंगे ट्रांजिशन टेम्परेचर। तो टेम्परेचर के केस में हमने तीन चीज़ देखा। एक कि जब हम सॉलिबिलिटी को बढ़ाते हैं, अगर टेम्परेचर को बढ़ाते हैं सॉलिबिलिटी बढ़ जाएगा तो प्रोसेस जो है वो एंडोथर्मिक होगा, और अकॉर्डिंग टू ली-चाटलर्स प्रिंसिपल द रिएक्शन का जो इक्विलिब्रियम है वो फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन शिफ्ट करेगा, फॉरवर्ड शिफ्ट करेगा। तो जो स्वीटनेस, कहने का मतलब ये चीज़ है कि जैसे अगर हम 50 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड पे शुगर को वाटर में डिजोल्व कर रहे थे तो 40 ग्राम मान लो डिजोल्व हुआ, अब हम टेम्परेचर बढ़ा दिए 100 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड कर दिए, 80 ग्राम शुगर डिजोल्व होने लगेगा, तो स्वीटनेस बढ़ जाएगा, इसलिए हम लोग कहते हैं कि वो फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन चला गया। ठीक है। दूसरा क्या है, टेम्परेचर को बढ़ाया सॉलिबिलिटी घट गया, तो हम लोग कहेंगे कि ये हमारा एक्सोथर्मिक प्रोसेस होगा, और ली-चाटलर्स के अकॉर्डिंग ली-चाटलर्स प्रिंसिपल के अकॉर्डिंग जो रिएक्शन का इक्विलिब्रियम होगा वो बैकवर्ड डायरेक्शन आएगा। तीसरा हमारा क्या है, सोडियम सल्फेट डेकाहाइड्रेट 32.4 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड के बाद ये सॉलिड स्टेट में चला जाता है, वापस फिर मॉइस्चर को एब्जॉर्ब कर लेगा अगर इससे कम टेम्परेचर होगा तो इस टेम्परेचर पे फेज बदल जाता है, तो इस टेम्परेचर को हम लोग कहेंगे ट्रांजिशन टेम्परेचर। ओके। द थर्ड फैक्टर which affects the solubility of solid in liquid is pressure. So since pressure has no significant effect on the solubility, pressure has not significant effect on solubility of solid in liquid, because in solid substance पे प्रेशर का कोई खास इफेक्ट नहीं होता है, इसी के चलते हम लोग बोलते हैं कि ये हमारा जो है वो प्रेशर का कोई भी इसमें फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा। ओके। सो आवर नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज solubility of gas in liquid. Solubility of gas in liquid. The maximum amount of gas that can be dissolved in a specified amount of liquid at specified temperature. Similar type of definition, that is of the solubility. इसका जो solubility का definition था उसी के जैसा इसका भी definition होगा। कैसे? तो the maximum amount of gas that can be dissolved in a specified amount of liquid at specified temperature is called solubility of gas in liquid. Factors. फैक्टर्स, इसमें जो हमारा सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है वो है प्रेशर। ओके, प्रेशर क्या है कि अगर हम लोग यहाँ पे एक हमारा जो है वो लॉ है जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं हेनरीज लॉ। हेनरीज लॉ में हम लोग क्या सीखते हैं the partial pressure of a component in gas phase is directly proportional to partial pressure of a component in gas phase is directly proportional to mole fraction of that component in solution at specified temperature. Okay, it means that PA is directly proportional to chi A. So PA is equal to KH into chi A. Here PA is partial pressure, KH is Henry's constant, and chi A is mole fraction. Okay. So Henry's law states that partial pressure of a component in gas phase is directly proportional to mole fraction of that component solution at specified temperature. इसका ये मतलब हुआ कि किसी भी गैस को जब हम किसी लिक्विड में डिसॉल्व करते हैं तो उस गैस का उतना ही मोल्स डिसॉल्व होगा जितना कि उसका पार्शियल प्रेशर है। कहने का मतलब है कि पार्शियल प्रेशर जैसे जैसे हम बढ़ाते चले जाएंगे उस गैस का जो नंबर ऑफ मोल्स होगा डिसॉल्व होने का, वो उसका जो अमाउंट है, उसका जो मोल्स है, वो हमारा बढ़ता चला जाएगा। ओके, सो वी हैव द इक्वेशन PA is directly proportional to XA. So PA is equal to KH into XA. Now we will see that this one is Y is equal to MX plus C अगर हम प्लस 0 कर दे तो यहाँ पे देखो हम लोग ग्राफ खींचेंगे। कैसे खींचेंगे? एक हमारा जो है वो हम क्या करेंगे इसमें कि हमने Y एक्सिस में पार्शियल प्रेशर को ले लेना है और हमने X एक्सिस में मोल फ्रैक्शन को ले लेना है। एक IA हो गया और इधर PA हो गया, और हम जब इसका डिफरेंट करके एक लाइंस को ये कहाँ से पास करेगा? ओरिजिन से, अलग अलग गैस के लिए। ये जो है हम लोग देखो कैसे यहाँ पे बात करते हैं कि हमने ओरिजिन से क्यों पास किया, क्योंकि ये C का वैल्यू क्या है? 0। द वैल्यू ऑफ इंटरसेप्ट इज 0, सो द ग्राफ विल पास थ्रू द ओरिजिन एंड Y एक्सिस पार्शियल प्रेशर, X एक्सिस इन मोल फ्रैक्शन। नाउ significance of KH. Henry's constant, KH का significance very very important. Higher is the value of KH, lower will be the solubility of the gas. जितना ज़्यादा KH का वैल्यू होगा गैस का लिक्विड में सॉलिबिलिटी उतना कम होगा, उसका कम अमाउंट डिसॉल्व होगा। दूसरा, फॉर डिफरेंट गैस द वैल्यू ऑफ KH इज डिफरेंट। थर्ड, the value of KH is for the same gas at different temperature will be different. किसी एक ही गैस के लिए अगर हम लोग जो है वो KH का वैल्यू देखेंगे अलग अलग टेम्परेचर पे, तो KH का वैल्यू भी जो होगा वो हमारा क्या होगा? अलग अलग होगा। ओके, नाउ एप्लीकेशन ऑफ हेनरीज लॉ। एप्लीकेशन ऑफ हेनरीज लॉ, हेनरीज प्रिंसिपल, हेनरीज लॉ। Number 1, to increase the solubility of CO2 bottles of soft drinks and cold drinks are sealed under high pressure. Under high pressure. Second is people living at higher altitude suffer from a disease known as anoxia. Unable of thinking. People living at higher altitude suffer from a disease known as anoxia. क्यों ऐसा होता है? जैसे जैसे हम ऊपर जाएंगे प्रेशर जो है वो कम होने लगता है. अगर प्रेशर कम होने लगेगा तो जो ऑक्सीजन का ब्लड सेल्स में जो डिजॉल्व सॉल्युबिलिटी है वो कम होने लगेगा, मतलब जो डिजॉल्व होने का ऑक्सीजन जो है वो कम डिजॉल्व होने लगेगा और इसी की वजह से एक डिजीज होता है जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं एनॉक्सिया. इसी तरह से हम लोग बोलते हैं टू अवॉइड बेंड्स ऑक्सीजन cylinder for the scuba divers to avoid bends oxygen cylinder for the scuba diver is mixed with नाइट्रोजन एंड हीलियम. क्यों? क्योंकि नीचे हम जाएंगे तो प्रेशर बढ़ेगा, प्रेशर बढ़ जाएगा तो ऑक्सीजन का सॉल्युबिलिटी भी ब्लड सेल्स में बढ़ जाएगा. तो ऐसा ना हो इस वजह से हम लोग क्या करते हैं कि जो ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर है उस पर हम लोग नाइट्रोजन और हीलियम को मिला देते हैं. ओके, द नेक्स्ट फैक्टर इज टेम्परेचर. On increasing temperature, solubility of gas in liquid decreases. On increasing temperature, solubility of gas in liquid decreases. This is because the interparticle force between the gas molecule is very weak, and on increasing temperature it becomes more weak, and that is why the gas molecule escapes from the liquid surface and the solubility decreases. कहने का मतलब क्या है कि जो अगर हम टेम्परेचर को बढ़ाते हैं तो जो गैस मॉलिक्यूल्स में जो इंटर पार्टिकल फोर्स है वो और वीक हो जाएगा और वो सरफेस को छोड़ के बाहर निकल जाएगा और इसीलिए हम लोग बोलते हैं कि उसका सॉल्युबिलिटी जो है वो कम हो गया. ठीक है, इसके नेक्स्ट हम लोग इसके बाद अगले लेक्चर में देखेंगे. ठीक है, थैंक यू.